Okay, assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Uh, how are you guys? I hope you all in this congregation today. Here, as the first presenter, I want to explain about the affective domain. The affective domain is the emotional side of human behavior, and it may be juxtaposed to the cognitive side. The development of affective state of feeling involve a variety of personality factors. Feeling both about ourselves and about others with whom we come into contact. It means the affective domain is we learn about emotional side to human behavior, and what is to the development of affective state or feeling involves a variety of personality factor. The feeling both the following but the feeling both about ourselves and about others with whom we come into contact. Benjamin Benjamin Bloom and his colleagues provided a useful extended definition of the affective domain that is still widely used today. And the first point is, at the first and fundamental level, the development of affectivity begins with receiving. A person must be aware of the environment surrounding them and be conscious of situation, phenomena, people, and object. Here it means the first level we have to receiving the effectivity, and we have to receiving to be aware. Person must be aware of the environment surrounding them and be conscious of situation. And the next, number 2, person must go beyond receiving to responding. After we receiving and to responding, committing themselves in at least some small measure to a phenomenon or vision. Such responding in one dimension may be in equation, but in another higher dimension, the person is willing to respond voluntarily without coercion, and then receive satisfaction from that response. And in this case, responding, we have to committing themselves in at least some small measure to a phenomenon or person. And the third level of effectivity involves valuing, placing worth on a thing, behavior, or vision. In this case, in the third, effectivity involve valuing is value. Valuing takes on the characteristic of belief or attitude, as values are international. Individuals do not merely accept value to the point of being willing to be identified with it, but commit in themselves to the value to pursue it, seek it out, and want it. Finally, to the point of conviction. This and this valuing explain about what is the value to pursue it, seek it out, and want it. And the fourth level of the affective domain is the organization of values into a system of belief, determining in the relationship among them, and establishing a hierarchy of values within the system. And the fourth, this is organization. We have to make organization to make value in system of belief, determining interrelationship. We have to make organization to make relationship with among them or with another person. And the last, finally, individuals become characterized by and understand themselves in terms of their value system. Individuals act consistently in accordance with the value they have internalized and integrate belief, ideas, and attitude into a total philosophy or a worldview. It is at this level that problem solving, for example, is approached on the basis of the total self-consistent system. And the last case is value system. Value system is individual act consistently in accordance with the value they have internalized and integrate belief, ideas, and attitude into a total philosophy or a worldview. And the next, I want to explain about affective factors in second language acquisition. Understanding how human being feel and respond and believe and value is an exceedingly important aspect of a theory of second language acquisition. We turn now to a consideration of specific affective factor in human behavior and how they relate to second language acquisition. And the next, self-esteem. Self-esteem is probably the most pervasive aspect of any human behavior. It could easily be claimed that no successful cognitive or affective activity can be carried out without some degree of self-esteem. Self-confidence, knowledge of yourself, and self-efficacy Believe in your own capabilities to successfully perform that activity. Uh, Self-esteem is probably the most pervasive aspect of any human behavior. It could easily be claimed that no successful cognitive or affective activity can be carried out without some degree of self. And uh, and the first and the first point, general or global self-esteem is said to be relatively stable in a mature adult and is resistant to change except by active and extended therapy. It is the general or prevailing assessment one makes of one's own worth over time and across a number of situations. This is general or global self-esteem is to be relatively stable in a measure. This is what is it is the general or profiling assessment one makes of one own worth over time and across a number of situations. And the second, situational or specific self-system, refers to one's self uh, appraisals in particular life situations such as social interaction, work, education, home, or on certain relatively discretely defined traits such as intelligence, communicative ability, athletic ability, or personality traits like gregariousness, empathy, and flexibility. And in this second, situational or specific safety, uh, refers to oneself appraisal in particular life situation. What what is wait. In particular life situation such as social interaction, work, education, home, or uncertain, relatively discretely defined traits such as intelligence, communicative ability, athletic ability, or personality traits like gregariousness. And the last, task self-esteem, relates to particular task task within specific situation. For example, within the educational domain, task self-esteem might refer to one subject matter area in an athletic context, skill in a sport, or even a feature or a sport such as net play in tennis or pitching in baseball, would be evaluating evaluating on the level of task self-esteem. Specific self-esteem might encompass second language acquisition in general, and thus self-esteem might appropriately refer to one of self-evaluation of a particular aspect of the process, speaking, writing a particular class in a second language, or even a special kind of classroom exercise. And in this last point is task self-esteem relate to particular task within specific situation. For example, within the educational domain, uh, task self-esteem might refer to one subject matter area. Maybe that's all for me, and maybe I think it's enough. The last I say, wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.